Hey Scorpio, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekly reading from April 7th through the 13th, 2025. This is for Scorpio. Last shuffle for Scorpio. Sorry for the late notice, Scorpio. I just found out yesterday that I got to do a weekly. So much is coming up and so much is going on, which is funny because the weekly reading just actually resonated with me for Leo, which is interesting. But yes, I'm still available for personal reads and will resume dailies on the 14th for sure. We have dark thoughts and ascendant masters. So this whole week, you might be thinking about the future heavily. Everything that happens, you might be looking ahead like, oh gosh, it seems worse than it really is. And I don't feel that it's as bad as you think. It feels like you may be expecting for things, you may be expecting things are good news, good things already in the forefront, right? There's something about good things coming, but thinking ahead like this can't be good for that long. There's no way that things could actually be what I want it to be. I'm seeing you being gifted this week, and it's all because of you. If the situation was dire at any point, I'm seeing that you've got to let go of the expectation that things are bad. So how this looks, right? If you were going through the ringer last week, last year, last month, last couple years, whatever, if you've been going through the ringer and then you were expected or given some kind of good news or something here, like something, you know, something, this could have something to do with a divorce, separation, any of that, right? If that's the case, I'm seeing that because of the love you've given out, because of how kind you've been, because of how much you may have done. So some of you may, I'm seeing the color gray, so some of you may have gotten help. Sometimes this could be therapy where they're expressing to you that you need to get Reiki healing or something. You may have done some things to make sure that you are in balance when this comes out, all this. And if that's what you've done, right, and you worked with someone to get your expectations under control, maybe you expect to always be disappointed or hurt or betrayed or taken advantage of, and you got help to get that under control. I'm seeing you aware now that good things are coming, but you may still be thinking about all the things that you may have to deal with should things go astray, go the other way. Ascended Masters, Fool, and Eight of Swords. So this speaks a lot to what you believe, your beliefs, not necessarily knowledge, but this is deeper, your spirituality. A lot of your beliefs may cause you to take a risk and focus more on the bad. Spirit would be asking you now, it's time to let go of the negative thoughts that you may ruminate on with the Eight of Swords. You've got to say to yourself, my mind is my tool to use in any way I wish. And in that way, your subconscious gives you the keys to your mind. For this to be here, that would mean that typically your mind just decides to think about these things. With PTSD, when you are suffering from PTSD, and I'm not necessarily seeing that here, but that is something that I am very familiar with, where when you do have that, you almost feel out of control mentally because you could just be sitting and having a great day, and all it would take is someone who resembles the person that hurt you, or a sound or a smell or an atmosphere, an ambiance that will just bring the feelings or thoughts back up, and it feels out of your control. And if that's the case, this phrase, this positive affirmation, can give you the keys back. You have to repeat this like be aware of the words you're saying. My mind is my tool to use in any way I wish. You can paint whatever you want to paint. You can create whatever you want to create about your life. They say that everything that you created in your life offered you lessons. And these lessons have brought you or fulfilled wishes for you. They want you to get out. I'm seeing angel number 0550, and that usually is a number of get out of the house, go have fun, pay attention to nature, go out into the, maybe the woods, go to the park, go out and pay attention to all the beauty around you. Even if you're surrounded by trees, trees always want to be noticed. They're so beautiful. They're showing that something exciting, a new project or something will be coming up, or a date. Your charisma and charm is felt. You may feel like you're awkward, and it seems as though people just are very receptive to your awkward charm. We have peace with Judgment and Ten of Pentacles. You ever meet people who think they're so like they feel that they're so sensual, but then you find yourself to be quite awkward, and it seems as though people are more receptive to your quirky, awkward energy than they are to the person who's purposely trying to seduce, and I'm seeing that for someone. Peace would tell me throughout, like this is in the middle of the week, like a Wednesday or so. It tells me here that your peace can be maintained as long as you see that your mind is a tool to use in any way you wish. Okay? You can choose to focus on love and focus on every aspect of your life being of your creation. Even if it's bad, it is considered a lesson to expand your understanding, expand your growth, or expand you to grow. They want you to make sure that you are not, especially if you're in a romantic connection, that you're not projecting anything onto this person. And by that, we would say, it would be to say that this person may want to retreat with you or go on a retreat with you. And it would be very important not to look at them and start to pass judgment, in a sense, not criticize, but to be like, they're so awesome or they're so terrible about certain things, because that's projection. And they're trying to express that because it's important more to focus on love, your abundance, your wishes being fulfilled, and to some degree, your charm. Charm doesn't come from applying qualities to people. It's in just being, how do you put this? Being yourself, connecting to another person. I don't know how else to put this, because they're giving me that that's not what you're supposed to be doing. That's not charming, right? Like to be like, you're so whatever, or reflecting things about yourself onto them. So by the end of the week, we have great achievement in the sun. And so this great achievement looks as though by the end of the week, you are overwhelmingly happy. I mean, I see someone who's extremely happy by the end of the week. There's something that may happen, maybe whatever it was at the beginning, like I was seeing here, that at the beginning of the week, you're waiting for something to come. The Three of Wands is a waiting, but like maybe explaining it away, like it looks like it couldn't happen. I mean, it never happened before, or that's what they say, or as long as other people do their part with the Three of Pentacles. But at the end of the week, I'm seeing someone who's really happy with everything, right? I'm seeing a joy, an insurmountable joy, and it's starting from within with the Seven of Wands. Look into your Neptune placements and Venus placements, because they speak of the love that you dream of. The kind of love that you dream of, that you want in your life, that's coming towards you. I'm seeing it coming towards you. Dragons may be significant. Groundhogs may be significant. Doesn't have to be, though. You might want to make a pendulum whenever you, because I'm seeing gray, and usually gray speaks about scanning. And usually when I see that, I'm seeing you using your body as a pendulum to scan your body and say yes or no. Yes would be forward, back would be no with your body. But they're asking you to make a pendulum as well. So if you stand firmly on a flat surface, right, and you would ask your body questions, and swaying forward would say yes, swaying backward would be no, and that would be to ask any questions of your body. Am I okay, yes or no. It's something simple, like if you're expecting, ask your body, and just ask. I would always start with asking questions that you know the answer to, and that way you could test your body. You see, oh wow, my body's right. How about that? But also making a pendulum, you could do that with a string, with and with a crystal at the end or anything like that. I have one that's copper, and and it would be left to right would mean no, forward to backward would mean yes. Look into that. So you could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo. Those are the main signs, and we have Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. So you could be a Libra, Scorpio cusp. Let's see, that seems to be it. And you could be a Scorpio. Well, no, that's it. That's all I see. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.